Right, so in this short video, we're going to talk through what is match betting and how we can use it to generate ourselves a profit. Easiest thing to do is to work through some examples, and once you've got it, you'll find it's really simple and straightforward. So we'll look at a traditional bet just to recap what that is, and then a match bet and how we can use the two together to generate guaranteed risk-free and tax-free profit. So in a traditional bet, you'll place your bet on a team to win a game. You could place a bet of £50 at odds of 5. So what happens when the game's finished? Well, if your team wins, your bet wins, and the bookmaker pays you out 5 times your original bet. So you've got your original and then 4 extra, which are your winnings. So great, you've made a £200 profit from your £50 bet. But what if your team loses? Well, that's simple. The bookmaker keeps your £50 and your £50 out of pocket. So let's balance this out and introduce a matched bet. Websites like Betfair let you act as a bookmaker. So people place bets of their own and all the money goes into a pot waiting for others to act as a bookmaker and accept these bets. So in theory, when you're acting as a bookmaker, you're betting the opposite, that the result that this person's bet on won't happen. Again, we'll look at some examples to clear this up. So you place your bet on your team to win a game and you bet again at odds of 5 with £50. You also accept a £50 bet at odds of 5 on the exchange, and we'll see what the possible outcomes are. So your team wins the game. Just like the traditional bet, you get the 5 times your original bet back. So that's your original bet and then the extra 4 times in winnings. But because you've laid this bet off on the exchange, that bet also won and you acted as a bookmaker, so now you need to pay out. So they get their original bet back and 4 times their winnings. So you've made £200 and had to pay out £200. But stick with us and you'll see why. So what if your team loses with a match bet? Well, again, it's quite simple. Just like the traditional bet, the bookmaker keeps your £50. But as you'll remember, we're acting as a bookmaker as well. So someone else has placed a £50 bet which we accepted, and that bet also lost, so we've gained £50. So we've lost our 50 but gained someone else's. So whatever's happened in our example, we've broken even. So you might think, what's the point? Well, most bookmakers offer sign-up bonuses and ongoing bonuses. For example, if you bet £50, you'll get a £50 free bet. Now, let's look at a match bet where we use the bookmaker's £50 free bet, and then you'll see this is how we can generate our profit. So you've been awarded the free bet, you've placed a bet similar to what we've just done, no win, no loss, but you've got a free bet from it. You can place this free £50 bet, again at odds of 5, just to keep the math simple. If your bet wins, the bookmaker pays you your winnings, but this time they generally keep the free bet. So your winnings are £200. So look at this match bet based on a return of £200. As we've said, the return from our free bet was £200. So what bet can we accept to match the £200 return? Well, £40 at odds of 5 returns £200. So we'll accept a £40 bet on the exchange and guarantee ourselves a profit. So what happens? Let's look at the first scenario where the free bet wins. So we're going to get our winnings, which was £200, and the bookie will keep his £50 free bet. So that's our return of £200. The match bet also wins, but they're not using a free bet. They put a £40 bet on. So they'll get 5 times their original bet, but that will include their original bet as well. So their winnings are actually only 160. When we compare that to the return from your bet that was 200, we've only had to pay out 160, which has generated us a £40 profit. So what if the free bet loses? Well, because it was a free bet, we've lost nothing. But the match bet has also lost, and we get to keep the bet. And if you remember, the bet was £40, so we've made a £40 profit either way. In our example, whatever the results, we've made £40 profit, and it was risk-free, it's tax-free because it's winnings from betting, and it was guaranteed whatever happened.